Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Spotlight with Sana Zia. And as I mentioned earlier in my previous episodes, that we started this program just to reach to a wider community to convey the message of those people who belong to, of course, South Asian community, most importantly, and then they put forward and to contest the upcoming council elections. And it is really a great honor for all the people who are from different communities, that this year we can see that there are so many people who think that it's time to come forward and like contest the elections. So now our today's guest is again a person from South Asian community. He is a businessman and also he served Victoria Police for a couple of years. So let's welcome our guest for tonight, Harpreet Singh Marwaha ji. Hi Harpreet Singh ji, Sat Shri Akal. How are you?
Hello, Sana Zia. Sat Shri Akal. First of all, I would really like to thank you and the A1 Media team for giving me opportunity to speak and talk to the listeners, people who are listening to us. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming as well. And Harpreet Singh ji, you nominate yourself as councillor in upcoming elections from Melton City Council, Coburn's ward. So before we talk about when you think you should contest these elections, so just give a brief introduction.
Sure, Sanari. I'm from north of Punjab, Amritsar, city where the Golden Temple is. And I came here in 2005, and I've done a diploma in hospitality. Then I got my residency, and step by step, as all the students are doing, like I got my citizenship. And after that, I've done a few jobs, worked in the security industry. Then after that, I worked for Victoria Police as a protective services officer for 5 years. And now, after that, I started my own business as a licensed conveyancer, and I'm running my business from Melton.
Okay, that sounds interesting. So from business to council elections, so it's a big difference. So what is your passion for community? How you think you are able to serve community?
So yes, you're right that there is a like there are two different poles part, working in a business and then after that in politics. It's not much about the politics, then it's more about the community servicing. So I have seen, as I grew up in my family, I've seen my father, he's been working for the community, he's been supporting the community back in Amritsar. I've seen him working hard for the community out there, and I think he's my idol, he's my inspiration, and that's how I came into this. And even in Australia, we've been working in the community in Melton or in the Indian community from a long time. And yes, and then we decided that why not, because our community is growing fast, so why not we should get into a platform where we can um, help, support, and serve our community broadly.
Yeah,
So that's why I took my step there.
that's really good to know. And then again, you said that you saw your father, and then of course this is in your family. So that's why you think that you now it's your time to play your role and serve community. So you also know that Preet Singh ji, that now unfortunately this year we are going through pandemic, and in Victoria we are at stage 4, unfortunately. So people are quite frustrated, and of course during COVID-19, there are lots of people who need help and all that. So what role you played during this COVID-19 pandemic?
So since the pandemic started, like firstly, I did send the PPE kits, personal protection kits, back in overseas in Amritsar, because as when I like used to speak when I speak to my dad, and my father used to tell me like, nah, this like this is what is happening here. So and they are lacking these kits and all that. So I have sent 200 kits out there, and after that in Victoria, when the premier announced that face mask they are mandatory, so we started a campaign. We ran a drive. We distributed free face masks to the people who cannot go out, who cannot like go to the shopping center, or the old people, or there have been a lot of like people who contacted us through like for the face mask. And that drive went pretty well. Like a lot of people from the different communities contacted us, and we delivered the face mask at their doorstep so that they don't have to come out and get more interaction in the community, or like out in their like sorry shopping centers. Uh, so once we run that drive, like we had a pretty good response. Then we started distributing free hand sanitizers in Melton community, because I've seen like people were like they were struggling to get it out from the shopping center, and we sourced few from one of my friend, and we decided to distribute in the community at their doorstep, so they don't have to come out and either like get infected, or like because it's very communicable, and it's airborne. So we really wanted people to stay home, and as many people, and we can deliver them at their doorstep.
That's really great. And I think people like you are an inspiration because, of course, you are representing youth. And if our youth is that much responsible, this means we are in good hands. So, Harpreet Singh ji, of course, you already mentioned that you want to serve community. But what's your vision when you think that you want to contest elections and want to be a counselor? So, what is your vision for that?
See, Sanaji, actually, I spoke to hundreds of residents in Melton in Coburn's ward, and I have seen like firstly like I do ask them like because recently I posted a video trying to get in touch with the community through social media, and I did ask them like these are the few things I'm doing, but if you have any idea, please come forward, let me know if you have any issues, so that I can take it. Like if I got elected, uh, I'll be your voice in the council. And people, I was really surprised, people came out with very small issues like the basic infrastructure, like footpath, street lighting, the security issues. Streets are not like up to date. Like these are the basic things the council should do. And I don't want to make any fake promises or advocacies which I can't do, or which I can't deliver in the future if I got elected. So what I'm doing is like I'm focusing on the basic infrastructure, like parks need to be updated, because we Melton is the I think Melton is the third fastest growing suburb. So as the like you'll be surprised, like Indian community is one of the largest uh, largest community, one of the first three largest community in Melton. And the thing is like they all are the young families. They have kids. We need parks. We need like proper security. There are a lot of dark streets in Melton. These are the basic things like street lighting, security cameras. I think these are the if we first deliver them the basic infrastructure, only then I think we should start talking about the bigger things, because people are still I think they haven't even received their like getting their basic infrastructure out of their because they all are the ratepayers. It's our money, and I think it should go to the right direction where everybody wants it, and at least for the basic like infrastructure people are expecting. That's it.
And I think that's really important because there are few things which are quite basic, like security issues and all that. And as you mentioned that you got experience previously in security industry, plus you work for Victoria Police as well. So I thought it might be helpful in order to understand, like how you are going to resolve these basic or small issues like camera where we have to install the cameras, and then security issues and all those things. So that's really good. And I think your vision is quite clear as well. So as you mentioned, like, these are the things, the basic infrastructure which you think that that need to be improved and all that. So what role you think you are going to play if you are going to elect as a councillor in Melton City Council? What role you are going to play? How you bridge the gap between community and the council?
See, I think that's a very good question you asked me. Like, lot of people, residents from Melton, when they call me or when they send me messages on Messenger or Facebook or like my phone number, when they send me text message or anything, I when I speak to them, I ask them like, okay, tell me first, like, do you know who your counselors are? And 80% people, like the ones I spoke to, 80% people, they don't even know the names of their four counselors. And I don't think that's a great thing. And what I'm doing is like I've made a commitment with the community out in Melton, that I will regularly host meetings in the community hall with the different communities, and we'll be inviting a member from Victoria Police as well. We'll be inviting a member from the youth services as well, so that they can speak to people directly and listen to their issues. Because I have seen like there has nothing like that been done in the past. I haven't seen that. Like if they've been doing, I think they're doing on their own. They're not involving the other communities in there. But this is the thing, I want to bridge the gap between the communities and the place, between the communities and the uh, youth services, so that they know what's actually happening on the ground level. It's not like what's happening in the news or what they are telling each other. It's what's happening on the ground level. I want them to know, and I want people to speak to the police member of the police force. I want people to speak to the youth services people, so that they know like what's going on in Melton, and even they will get a better understanding. Even it will help the members of the police as well to tackle the issues, so that they know the hotspots, they know like what problems or what safety issues are being faced by the people of Melton.
That's really great. And I think, as I previously mentioned, that your vision is quite clear. And then you want to work from, of course, ground level, and then see what the issues are and what to interact with people personally. And I think that's really very positive approach, and that is what we require in Melton City Council. My next question is related to your field. As we mentioned before, that you are a businessman by yourself. So, what you think that how you are going to promote local business in your ward, and then how you facilitate new business owners that they set up the new businesses in Melton City Council, or in particular Coburn ward.
Yes, Sanaji, I'm running my own business in Melton, and I am quite aware of like what problems, what issues all the business people they are facing. But if I tell you about the pandemic, during the pandemic, we know that all the businesses got affected. Uh, they all are shut. Like I've seen, there are more shops on lease. They are back on lease. That means more businesses are closing, or people are getting out of business. So this is the problem. Like I was driving past on the main street of Melton, which is High Street, and I've seen they're like quite a like few shops they're on back on lease. So what we are doing during this pandemic is like people who are running business online, people who are running business from home, or businesses which are open at the moment. I'm promoting all the businesses through my Facebook. I'm promoting those businesses uh, on various social media platforms, so that at least if they are running, if they are open, at least people should know, local people should know. And I've been running a campaign site like sport local business campaign. So in that we are supporting all the local businesses. We are like promoting all the local businesses on different Facebook pages, social media platforms, and a lot of people they are getting good response. Like people are getting to know each other. Like okay, oh, like a lot of people send me messages as well. Okay, we didn't know like this people sorry, this is a business in Melton as well. Like somebody selling plants. So like whatever the businesses are. So I think that's been working pretty well so far. And if we talk about the future, like if I got elected, because in Malton most of the families are young families, and they are working from home as well. Like either they are running a hair salon or beauty business, or they're making, like there are a lot of people making doing the candles business, like oh any small business they're running from home. What we want is like there should be a small and easy process if they want to run business from home, because all of the young families, we don't want them to spend too much on their council applications, and if they wait for like 6 7 months or 1 year to get their license, so whichever way it is, I just want to bring it more like easy and quicker, so that and of course with the less fee, because of course if they are running small business from either is tiffin service or like they're doing hospitality thing from home. So see, they should be, if they're running a small business, I don't want them to spend a lot of capital on the other things like setting up and all that. So I think there should be some other way through where they can run their small business from home with a small capital, and meet up with their daily expenses.
That's really great. And I think that is what it's required. Of course, we want to promote local businesses and create new opportunities for those who are interested in doing business. So that's really good, Harpreet Singh ji. And the other thing is, you know that in Melton City Council, there are people who are from different or diverse backgrounds. So how you think, how you promote diversity, and what's your vision, how you bridge the gap between different communities?
Ji, Sana ji, I'm already in touch with 10 to 15 different groups of different communities, which includes like we got a Sudanese, we got a Congolese, we got a Filipinos, Indian community, the Nepalese community. There are a lot of people, like there are 10 15 different groups, like group of over 60, or like the sports clubs, rugby, and these I'm already in touch with them. I'm listening to them. I'm talking to them what problems they are facing, or how we can do it better. In if I got elected, like how we can do it better in there. So they all are, like I'm having a very, like getting a very good response from them as well. Like they are pretty positive about us, like in the upcoming elections. And the great thing is they are actively participating, as they are sending me messages. If they are asking me questions as well, like what you're gonna do, okay, what, how you gonna make it better, or like all that. And I'm glad to know that they are actively participating in choosing their candidate.
Yeah. And as you mentioned that you want to work for community on a grassroots level, and of course you done a lot for community. So if you want, can you give us a brief overview what you've done for community in the past?
Okay, so you've been as in the start, like I've been working with the Punjabi Association,
Yeah.
with Harbhajan Singh Karaji. He's running from other side of the city, so from the Ringwood. After that, I've been working with the temple as well. I've been and whenever the community needed us, like we are always there. Doesn't matter like if there is any time of the crisis, or if there's any festivals, or if there's any community events, we are always there to support them. I am supporting all the community events happening in Melton. Either it's way, but like way of sponsoring them, or whichever way it is. So we've been standing with the community all the time, and even during this pandemic, as I told you before, like we had run few drives like sanitizers, face masks, and it helped the community a lot. And that was the time community needed that thing, instead of the like whatever rest of things are, like they needed that, they needed food, they needed like we're still delivering raw food, raw food to the people, like and even we did it yesterday as well. So we're not technically we're not taking photos and posting on Facebook, uh, but still, like, see, these are the things we are in, like in touch with the community. And I'm not saying it's bad to put on the social media. If you put it on the social media only, then the wider community will know that this person or this community or this organization is doing something, so that they can come forward and ask, like
Yeah.
either they have to make some donation in there, or they want to participate, or someone needy who needs help. Only then they will be able to approach. It's not flaunting on the social media. It's just basically the community should know. Everybody should know, like, this is the these are the people, they are doing something, so they can approach them in the time of need.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a bad to post anything on the social media as well. So
Yeah.
yep.
Now you are right. I think social media is really a very strong medium these days. But again, there are few things which you do for community. Sometimes people don't want to highlight that what they are doing. But still, I think we need people like you who really feel for the community and want to work for the community at very grassroots level, and that's what it's required. And you also mentioned that you are in great favor of promoting multiculturalism, because Melton City Council is a community which is quite diverse. So in the end, Harpreet Singh ji, I just want to request you that if you can, give us any message for all the viewers, or if you want to, highlight anything or request anything from the viewers.
Yes, Sanaji, first, like, I want to really, through your channel, through this media, I want to firstly, like, very important thing, I really want to bring it into your notice, and I want to say to the people that please go, always speak up against the cyberbullying. I've seen it's really not a good, like when it happened to the people, it's really not good. So I've seen, like, on the social media, people been trolling people negatively. Like, see, I know that social media, like, anybody can get on that, but trolling someone, or like doing cyberbullying, I think it's sometimes go to the serious level where it affects someone's life. If it can take someone's life, and I think we all should, if we see someone, we all should stand against it, and we all should speak and tell them off if they are doing the cyberbullying, or if they are bullying someone on the Facebook. Because
Yeah.
I've seen most of the candidates, like, not like I've seen a few on social media, like, people I've seen them, like, they are saying anything, like, whatever they want. But I think this should stop. And the second message I really want to tell everybody that please support your own candidates. Look out for the genuine candidates. Of course, you're going to vote and make your vote counted. If you are voting someone, just see that how capable that person is. If he can go to the council, and if he got elected, can he speak on your behalf? Can he raise your issues? Can he be your voice in the council? So think about these things, and then vote. Take a good 10-15 minutes, and I think then vote and support. And there is no harm voting your own community. It's not a selfishness, but still, like, you should support your own community, but the genuine candidates, like, the people you think they're gonna speak on your behalf, the people you think they're gonna debate when they're sitting in the council, and they're gonna raise your issues. They're gonna raise your concerns. They can be your voice in the council. So please support your candidates, support your community, stand with them, and support them. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot for sharing such a beautiful message, and I think that is what we required, and that's the reason we started this program, Spotlight with Sana Zia, just to give a platform for people like you so that they come forward and express their opinions or views with the wider community. And it is, I think, it's your role to play as a community, that you choose the right candidate who can represent your issues in the council. And that's what, people from different backgrounds, that's the main reason that they come forward, so that if they go on, in council, or if they are elected in upcoming elections, this means they are going to represent your issues. So once again, Harpreet Singh ji, thank you so much for coming to our show. And to all the people or all the viewers who are watching our program, thanks for your help and thanks for your support. Till then, keep watching and keep supporting A1 TV. Thank you.